everybody, it's Joey Hartman coming to you live from Lincoln, Nebraska with a really fun pop-up card. Well, not a pop-up card, but it's an easel card that's actually a book binding card, and then we're going to use a new heat shrinking technique that is super simple and super fun. It makes every card wow, whether you're a beginner or an avid stamper. So I'm so happy you're here with me today. If you're trying to watch me live, I'm sorry I'm late. It's just a crazy week. Lots going on. I just shipped out all my Christmas in July package yesterday, so there was a lot of prep for that. So it's a 3-day event, and if you don't have it on your calendar, everyone's welcome to watch for free next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, my same time, 12:30, right here on YouTube or on Facebook if you're watching me on Facebook. So I wanted to remind you about that. And then I want to just get back to see, I'm looking over here to see if I can see any comments, to see if anyone's finding me yet. Oh, Diane found me. Yay! Alrighty, so at least one person found me, and I know she watches on Facebook normally, but I'm pretty sure I'm live on YouTube as well. But again, I'm a little late today, so people might have thought she must not be going live today because she's not here yet. But I'm here, so say hello whether you come on live or watching replay. I would love to say hello to you, and I would really like to know if anyone's watching on YouTube as well, because it's not coming up. So I might actually take just a moment to get on my iPad. Let's see, where is it? It's right here. And make sure that I am on my channel. So hang on just a second. I'm going to look down here and make sure I'm on YouTube. So it'll just take me a moment. I need to also make sure the sound is turned way up on my laptop. So I just did that. And now let me try and find myself and be sure that it's live. Hi, Julie. Julie's watching on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, then I don't need to take the time to look for that. So perfect. Good to see you today. I'm so happy you're here. Let me go ahead and switch down to my desktop, and then we'll get started. Let me find all the buttons. Oh, I haven't started my camera yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, you guys, so there's so much going on this week. Here's the card we're going to make today. This is made with some new iridescent treat bags that are actually part of a Halloween set of products, suite of products. But Stampin' Up! Sent us an email. They send out emails to demonstrators once a week usually that has some ideas on it and some projects that we can copy. And one of the things they showed a couple of weeks ago was this heat shrinking of these iridescent bags. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This is an easel card. It's a book binding fold. So you can see this is called the book binding part here. And then it opens like this, and then you can set it on your desk. And it looks like that from the side. So we're going to make this today. But before we get there, let me just go over a few things so I don't miss anything that you might want to know about. I'm sending the complete tutorial for this card to my newsletter subscribers. So if you, on Sunday. So if you are not part of my newsletter group, you'll want to make sure you subscribe by then. There's a link in the description on YouTube for sure. I'm not completely sure about Facebook. I think on Facebook too. Sometimes Facebook doesn't like the links I put in, and so then it doesn't let me post the event if I have the links that they don't like. So sometimes I have to take out links is what I'm saying, but it is on YouTube. And I will go into the comments on Facebook and add it in the comments once the video is done. So anyway, if you want, so this tutorial includes all of the dimensions for everything. It includes the video link that we're doing today. And it gives detailed instructions and also gives a list of everything that I'm using today. So that goes out to everyone on Friday. Now this week is free, not this week, but for today and 2 more days is free shipping. So July 23 through 25 on orders of $75 or more. So sorry my print's so small, but if you put in an order for $75 or more, I have an additional gift to give you that I'm really excited about. So I've been going through my retired DSP and cutting it up into 6x6 packets. So this has 48 sheets in it. I've been doing the same with my ribbon and making up little gift bags of my ribbon. So each of these ribbon packets has like 10 to 12 yards total of a variety of ribbons. And then I'm also, so you'll get this for every $75 order. So if you put in a $75 order or more at stampingwithjoey.stampinup.net, I have it here on the screen for you if you want to take a screenshot. And if your order gets to $100, I'm also going to send a packet of 5 handmade cards. These are gorgeous cards. So some of them I made, some of them I got in a swap with other demonstrators who are excellent stampers, and they're all beautiful cards. So those are my gifts for you as a thank you for ordering with me this week. So don't miss out. So what I'm doing is I have filled my cart with cardstock, envelopes, some of the new embellishments. So it's a good time to stock up on those things. I haven't clicked submit yet, but I'm still filling my cart because free shipping is a big deal. Now I have one more thing to show you before we make the card today. So I've been playing with this bundle is what we're using today. It's called Tractor and Company, and it is a brand new one from Online Exclusives group. So this isn't in any printed catalog, but it is in the Online Exclusives. So I tried to hold off on this stamp set. I really did. I thought, oh my gosh, there's some new products coming out for pre-order for the holiday catalog for demonstrators only, not for customers yet, but in August. So I thought I probably should be saving my money, but I caved because I live in Nebraska, and tractors and pumpkins and haystacks and corn are something that we see pretty much daily in our daily lives. Two of my brothers-in-law have tractors. Anyway, I decided I had to have it. So besides, it's just too cute. So what I did was I created 5 cards for my Be Creative Club this month. So my Be Creative Club is a club. It's a subscription, but you can also just try it for 1 month if you want to try it. It's a few dollars more, but you can get everything that everybody in the club gets. It's so what you get for it is 5 cards. So I've created 5 cards. These are all my designs. Oh, this one. I was trying to play around with what background to do for this card. So let's put this together. I think I ended up with, I think it should be white. I also used the sunflower embossing folder. It's a new embossing folder. We're going to play with this one today, and I'll show you more of what you can do with that. But anyway, so we have 5 cards for my Be Creative Club for August. And back to what all you get. So you get $20 to $23 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, extra Stampin' Up! Goodies, the 5 project kits plus envelopes, a printable PDF with detailed instructions to make each project. You can save on shipping and tax if you add the featured bundle. So if you want to add this to your kit, you can add it, and if you're subscribed, you don't pay tax and shipping on it. I'll pay that for those that are subscribed. And after 6 months, if you stay in it for 6 months consecutively, you get a $25 gift from me. Well, it's a gift worth $25. I just have a couple that are going out this month in the kits as well. It is $37 a month if you don't need shipping. If you're coming, I also offer it in person. So on August 28th, from 3 to 7, if you're local and can come, we'll make these cards, and you can use my stamps and dies. If you aren't local, it's okay. Let me start that over. $37 a month with a subscription. For local people, it's $45 a month subscribed when you need shipping. If you take it for 1 month, porch pickup is, or in person, is $42, and 1 month with shipping is $51. Now, I know I did put the link in the video description for my blog, where I always update my club. So if you find my blog, createwithjoey.com, and look under classes, it'll say, or clubs, you'll find the link there at the top, and then you can sign up for it. So you can always message me if you're not sure about the details, and I will help you get registered for it. Okay, now let's get on to our cute card. I am going to start from scratch with this card. Now, I have some of the steps done, but we're going to start from scratch because I'm on a Facebook group of different stamping groups, and I've seen people that are just beginning stamping, and they're like, I need to see steps from the very beginning. So while I do have some of the steps done, I am going to do some of the initial steps right now, so that if anybody's brand new, they don't get lost. So we're going to cut our cardstock. This is how our cardstock comes, 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. So you can take a screenshot there if you want to. Again, if you're on my email list, you'll get all these dimensions. But for the sake of the video today, in case you're anxious to try this card today or soon before Sunday, I'm going to give you all the dimensions. So we're going to die cut this at 4 1/4 up here on your cutting tool. You can see here's 4, here's 4 1/4. I'm going to come over there, and then we have a scoring blade on our trimmers that you can push out of the way, and I don't need the scoring blade right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 4 1/4. Okay, then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to come over to 5 1/2, and I'm going to score this at 5 1/2. Now we're doing a special card today. Remember, we've got an easel card. So I'm going to take out the arm on my cutter, and then I'm going to move this over to 6 3/4. So that's just past, here's 7 1/4 inch back is 6 3/4. So we've got 5 1/2 here, we've got 6 3/4 here. Now we're going to come over to 8 7/8. Now our cutters are marked with every 1/16 of an inch, so we're coming over to 8 7/8 on this side. Okay, so then again, scoring. I'm giving it a little bit extra push because on our trimmers, my particular scoring blade isn't, oh, we need to do one more thing with our paper trimmer. My scoring blade doesn't score very deep, and that does protect your paper if you're only using, especially if you're using designer series paper, which is thinner, but that's why I scored it several times. Now this part that we cut off, I'm going to make a panel for the front of our card, and so I'm just going to cut this at 5 1/2. So that's going to be, whoops, we don't need to score, we need to cut. That's going to give me 2 pieces at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, like so, okay? All right, now, we're going to do a little bit of dry embossing with that beautiful embossing folder, that Sunflower 3D embossing folder. Now listen. Whoops, I have cutting plates flying all around. we'll need that, so I wanted to get it picked up before we go any further. Okay, so, well, I kind of lost my train of thought after all that was going on. We need our base plate for this embossing folder, and oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know where my embossing folder is. Had so many projects going this morning. Oh, here it is. Okay, I thought maybe I put it away because I was trying to put a lot of things away this morning. We prepped all of my Christmas in July. I'm going to turn this. I don't know if you can see me. Can't really see me very well. I'm going to turn my cardstock. Here's the width. It looks really wide there, but that's actually, this is a huge embossing folder, so I actually could get 2 in, but I'm only just doing 1 today. But we prepped, my helpers were here both Monday and Tuesday. We prepped my Christmas in July event. Now we need plate 4. So plate 1 and plate 4 for your 3D embossing folders, which this is one. So we did all that on Monday. I shipped those out on Tuesday. Yesterday we prepped my club, my Be Creative Club. This month we're doing the Perfectly Pairs, and the cards are so pretty. So we've got that done. Look at that. It's just beautiful. I'll show you the other colors I did. Okay, my friends, listen to me. Believe me when I say this is going to sell out. I did this one in Daffodil. You can see that maybe a little bit better. Here it is in the one we're using today. I also did it in, I like it so much, I was struggling to know which one I wanted to use for you can't see that one very well. That's Cherry Cobbler. And then this one is, I think, Calypso Coral or Flirty Flamingo. But I think I landed actually on my card. This was for my club when I was trying to create those cards. I think I actually landed on white. It's either white or Cherry Cobbler. Anyway, one of those. It's beautiful in any color, so you just have to trust me on that. Okay, now we've got this done, so let's go ahead and create, and that's these measurements. I'll set them up here for a moment. They probably won't stay there because we're going to be doing a lot of stamping, but let's go ahead and let's burnish our folds. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that first one. Then this is the book binding part, this first one. So we're going to crease that way. Then this is going to fold like this to create the easel. I don't know if I'm making it worse for you to see. It's going to create the easel like this. So from the side so far, this looks like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and crease this one. Make sure that it's nice. Cardstock does not like to fold, so when you have something that's movable like this, you want to just make sure that you get it folded and burnished really well. So we might as well go ahead and get this closed up. I'm going to use my Tombow glue for this, and I'm going to make just a squiggly line here. Now, I know at the beginning I said I wanted to show you the beginning steps so that anyone that's just starting stamping or making cards can see how to do this. Now, anybody can make this easel card. Look how easy that was. This is super easy to do. And anyone can make that. Now, the rest of the steps we're going to do today, I won't lie, they're a little bit, there's a lot of steps for this one. Usually my cards are pretty clean and simple because I just prefer that, both to stamp and to reproduce. I like my cards to be pretty clean and simple with not a lot of intricate details. But this one has some extra steps. Okay, so now this is where we want to glue this front panel. Okay, only on this panel. Right here. That's the only place we want glue. So I'm turning my main panel over, and I'm holding it against my card base so I can see where this fold line is, so I don't go above that, because if I go above that, I'm going to glue my card shut. So I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see this line, but it's right there. So I'm going to go right below that with my glue. Like so, okay? Now, let's go ahead. My tombo's falling over. I want it to sit up. Okay, so I'm going to just bend this, go over, and hopefully I did that right. And I'm just going to line this up, because this is the exact same size as our card base. So if I did this right, I should be good to go, and I am. So that part worked out really well. Okay, now that's easy. Anyone can make this. You can use any embossing folder, any color cardstock. You can put a greeting and an image on the front, and you'll have a beautiful card. So I hope you'll try it. Now we'll do the easel part. Let's just go ahead and do that. No, let's do our other steps so you can see how we're going to make this. Okay. We are going to, let's go ahead and see the wow technique with the bags. Where's my finished card? Hang on, everybody. So on this card, I actually embossed. I used this embossing folder that we just looked at. Whoops, what's going on here? That's not set yet. On white, and put it in my clear iridescent bag. Well, it's not, well, they're clear, but they're called Iridescent Treat Bags. The number is 166204. And these are online. They're not in a catalog because they're part of the new Halloween kit. And then they're just these little bags for treats. They're so cute. Then all I did was cut a piece of cardstock. This cardstock is 3 7/8 by like 5. And then I just slipped it in. So you can see that this is just a piece of white cardstock. Now for my original one, as I said, I embossed it with this embossing folder. But I found that it took longer and was harder to get the bag to heat seal to it, just because it's bumpy. So this morning I did it with just out embossing it, and I felt like it was easier, and I'll show you why. So let's go ahead and do this. Now it's going to get loud because I'm going to use my heat tool. And what I'm doing first is I'm heating up my heat tool away from my project because it helps prevent your cardstock from warping as much. Okay, so that's hot. Now, you need a tweezers or something to kind of hold onto your cardstock because this is going to get hot. So what I did is I just followed along with my heat tool and watched it start to shrink. I'm going to try and get close to the camera, but it's very iridescent and shiny, so I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. Trying to watch what you're seeing as well as watch my project. And then I just followed it down, like so. That way you can kind of see where you need to go and where you already got it done. I'm going along the edges too. I'm going to be careful to go along the edges, and then I'm just following it down. And that's going to kind of crease, but that's okay. That's part of the fun of it. You can see there. I think you can kind of see it. Maybe not the best technique to try to show on video, but we're going to go for it because it's pretty fun. And it's, you know, when you start doing it, it's a wow right away. Okay, I'm keeping going here, and again, I'm just starting at the bottom, make sure I'm heat sealing that bottom, and then I'm going to hold it farther away from the camera so my heat tool isn't so loud in the camera. because I just want you to be able to hear me over the heat tool. So I'm just following it down, okay? So now that part is done, and then I did go ahead on my sample and I did the back as well. And that secures that this is going to, heat seal to your paper. So yeah, there you can see it pretty well. The light's shining just right, so you can see it. I'm going down the edge first. I'm going to go down the edges and make sure those are sealed. Then I'm just coming back and I'm just having my heat tool follow along where I can see it isn't sealed yet. I'm just keeping on going, keeping on going, and I'm going, and I'm going. So this step does take a while. So if you want to make multiples of these, you might want to just set aside time to just get this part done. Going back around the bottom. Okay, I think I'm sealed everywhere, so I'm going to quit just because that's so noisy. Alright, so here we go. And now we've got this heat sealed on our paper. See how cool? I don't know if you can see how cool that is, but it's very cool. Okay, now you're going to take your paper trimmer, and what I did on mine, the measurements for mine are each of these, whoops, I'm going to go this way, each of these strips I made at 1.5 inches. So here's 2, here's a half, so I'm coming back to 1.5. This one warped a little more. I think I hurried a little bit more just to not waste your time watching, but that's okay. But I did want to show you one more step on this heat sealing. So then I get 1.5 again, and then I have one more at 1.5. And this one, I think I'm going to turn this way. There's a 1.5 measurement here, and then I have that closed part of my card at the top, because I'll show you something. The edge is going to be open a little bit, or it might be. No, that one is sealed really well. But on my first card, sometimes, well, these are all sealed pretty well. On my first card, they weren't sealed as well on the edges. And so, oh, here's one that's open. So here's one that's open. So what I did then is I just went back over it with my heat tool. I'm going to do that just to show you so you can see all the steps. Hang on. So this side is open, and I'm just going to go back down with the heat tool, and then I'm going to seal that edge like so. Now, does it bother your card or make any difference if that edge is open? No, probably not really, but I just didn't want anything to be loose or changing after I'd already completed my card. So I did go ahead and heat seal this. I think that's the middle panel, and so then we've got all 3 of our panels like that. Makes sense? Now you could use this on any card. It doesn't, you know, we're going to make a cute little pink tractor card, but you could do it on any card. Now, since I didn't do it, you can't really see that sunflower embossing folder underneath there, but it does add more texture than just doing it like this. But I found myself spending more time heat sealing it, and I didn't want to spend, if you know me, you know I don't really love to spend a lot of time doing a single technique or anything. I'm not great with all the details. Now, this is kind of bumpy. So, how did I put this down? I think I used glue. So we'll go ahead. You probably should use glue because you're putting it on top of an uneven surface. So let's go ahead and use glue for this. I'm going to put about 1/4 of an inch borders around here, like so. Trying to think, I didn't measure anything on this, but I think that's pretty much what I did. Now, you might have to let this press down just a little bit more than you might with just a piece of cardstock, because you're trying to attach this to a bumpy surface. So let's go ahead and do this one. Like so. Now we're going to make this fancy with a pink tractor. Now before this one dries, I'm going to make sure I like the spacing. So I should have done the bottom one first. That's an easier way to make sure that your spacing is all even. Then same thing here, about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom and the sides all around, giving it a good press. And now this one I'm going to maneuver a little bit. That's the great thing about Tombow, is you can maneuver it a little bit. Now I'm actually going to grab a large glass block and press this down to just make sure, see how this wants to come up, so we don't want that. I'm going to set this aside. And then we're going to make the main part of our card. Okay, so that's the basic technique. It's super easy. You wouldn't have to cut your panel into sections like that. It's a little more work, and if you just like the effect of it, then you don't have to do that part. Okay, let me get organized here and get the rest of my stuff out. Alrighty. We want to die cut an oval frame. Let me get that out, or arch rather. So I'm going to pull open my arches, and then we're going to die cut this size. There's so many arches in this group. This would be a good thing to get. If you don't have on your wish list during the free shipping and you don't have it yet, this would be a good thing to do that with. So I'm going to get that ready, but let's do some stamping as well. And then we can maybe get everything die cut at the same time, and then we can assemble our card, and then we'll have it done. It's not hard, it's just a few steps. Okay, now let's go ahead and stamp our tractor. And I've done the wheels already and the hay, so we're going to do just the Petunia Pop parts of it, which is the tractor and the little bird. So I told you that, you know, if you just drive anywhere south of us or east of us or even west of us, you're going to see fields and tractors and, of course, all the farm tools. Let's see, we want this to go this way. But I haven't seen a purple one or a pink one. I'm just saying they might exist, but in general, they are John Deere, and they're green and yellow, which is why I had to have at least one green and yellow tractor on my Be Creative Club kit this month, because after all, that's kind of how we associate tractors. But I feel like we can have purple, we can have any color in stamping. It's just for fun. So we don't care if you can actually buy a purple tractor or not, or a pink one. We're just going to have fun with it. And I just love this paper that I'm going to use today. So we're going to die cut that, trying to get my brain together. All right, so this is the paper I'm using. This is the print. So I know you'd never think of this as being a tractor card. There's a whole suite of products with this, and they're really pretty. It's it's called Floral Charm. Floral Charm 12 by 12, and that's the name of the stamp set as well. I don't know how I got this harebrained idea. This is the back of that one, to make this pink and purple card, but I think it was because of here's another floral one, because that's kind of the color I felt like the iridescent bags are. This is such pretty paper, and then a solid color on the back. Here, let me get better in the camera. I think that's where I came up with the Petunia Pop. We've seen that one. This is another floral. Again, these are all online, and they will be all listed in my tutorial that goes out on Sunday. I don't know if this is peach pie or pumpkin pie, but it's a variation of those colors. Just gorgeous paper. Now, I'll be honest, I did not buy the stamp set that goes with this yet. I love it. It's roses. It's gorgeous. It's sold out already once. It's back in stock. So if this is on your list, you might want to get it soon. There we go. So that's the paper I'm using today. And I've already got that cut, but let's go ahead. I think all we have to do is our die cutting on this, and then we're ready to go. So let me get my machine out. Again, I sometimes have this done ahead of time, but because I know that I've been reading comments, about people really appreciating when demonstrators show from the very first how they do all the steps. I'm trying to show all the steps today because I don't want you to miss anything. Stamping is too fun to be frustrated about it or not understand how to do it. So we're going to do all of that. I'm going to turn this sideways just to make sure. I don't know how much you can see. I'm pretty close to the camera. Okay. I think we can get it all. Maybe not. Let's just go ahead and do this and not waste our time trying to get everything on the plate. Now I have my base plate, and then I have plate number 2. So base plate is 1. This one's number 2. Then I have number 3. Then you put your cardstock down. Your die, the cutting edge of your die goes down on the cardstock. So this is the flat edge of your die. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure my plates are lined up straight. And we'll go ahead and die cut this. And then we'll go ahead and die cut our tractor and our little bird. As I said, I do have the wheels and the hay done, because once you've seen die cutting, you don't need to see it over and over again. But I think you do need to see it once if you're new to stamping and you're not sure, well, how did she get all those shapes done? And this is how. So now I'm going to grab my dies. These dies have so many cute things, like there's this little tree for Christmas, there's pumpkins for the fall, there's corn. We're going to use the corn today on the inside, not the outside. So here's our tractor, and we need our little bird, cute little bird here. So I'm going to get this on here. And then I probably will use a little masking tape today. Not masking tape, but Post-it tape, because I don't want this to move. So this is what I use, Post-it tape. I get this on Amazon. And it's very nice for die cutting because it doesn't tear your paper. It's just slightly tacky. And then this guy, let's get him. This little cute little bird. I always love birds too, and trees, so I ended up caving on this set, even though I initially thought, oh, maybe we should wait on whatever's coming out for pre-order in August. But as you can see, I caved, and actually I love it. It's too cute. And you know, I'm making a feminine card today, but it's perfect for masculine cards. And every great nephew I have, and my nephews when they were little, they all had tractors. So I think this would even be good for a little boy's card. Happy birthday. There's a happy birthday greeting. We're not doing the happy birthday greeting today, but there is a birthday greeting. There's a Christmas greeting, seasons greetings. I did a Christmas card for my Be Creative Club cards, so I included that. But I think this is honestly for everybody. I think it's for big people, little people, men, women, everybody. So I'm does it sound like I'm justifying buying it? Maybe I am, but I really like it. I'm really glad I did get it. It's so cute. Okay, I think we have everything done here. So let me get the stamps out of the way and everything out of the way. And let's go ahead and put our designer series paper. This piece is cut 2 by 1.5. So if you want to know the sizes, see if that stays in the picture. We'll put it down here so you can still see it. And then we'll go ahead and use our tape runner on this. Just using Stamp and Seal. Whoops. Sometimes you have to coerce your tape to roll out on your project. Okay, I'm just going to put this right here at the bottom, like this. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and I have these guys all cut. I'm going to just kind of try to estimate where my hay bale should be. Now, my hay bale is only just providing background scenery. I realize my tractor does not have a place for me to actually haul hay, but there is a wagon. I don't know if you noticed in the cards that I showed you for my Be Creative Club, there is a wagon. I think this is probably going to be about here. I put dimensionals on the back of that, and then let's go ahead and, that's not straight though, let's go ahead and change that. There's a wagon that you can put the hay in, which I did on my Be Creative Club cards. But for this purpose today, we're going to just make this hay stack be the background. Okay, now this is going to go here like this, and then this. And I think the way I did this, I'm pretty sure how I did this was I adhered the wheels at the top of the wheels with glue, and then so let's see, just a little bit around, a little bit of an arc there around the very edges. You can't go too far into your wheel, or you cover up too much of your wheel. So this glue's just about done, so it's not wanting to squeeze out. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll place our tractor up here like so. Just enough to make sure that glue is on the wheel and the tractor. And then let's get this guy under here too, like so. There we go. Whoops. And that's, you know, the one drawback from liquid glue is that it doesn't dry right away. We'll let that sit for a moment. Let's go ahead and put our little bird up on our haystack. We can work it on our grading. So to get this guy secured up here, I'm going to just, I want him to kind of be sitting on top there. So what I'm going to do is put 2 mini dimensionals up here so they don't show, but I want him pretty high. Just because I like the way it looks, not for any other reason. I'm going to put him up kind of so it looks like he's sitting or she's sitting on top of there. And this is still drying, so let's do our greeting. For the greeting, oh, we haven't done the inside. We have to do that too, but that doesn't take very long either. Let's go ahead though with what we're doing here and finish the front of our card. I'm going to grab this little hay greeting, and I'm going to stamp that in, pecan pie for this guy. Now we're going to cut this strip. It's not going to be that long. Set that aside for a moment. But this is a 3/8 inch strip by, you would only need like about 1.5 inches, but I usually cut mine longer just so if I mess it up, I don't have to cut another piece of paper. I can just cut this one again because I have more to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that stamp. And then, now this one I angled just a little bit on the end. Now I didn't angle my other. I'm going to make this a little bit longer and maybe hide this end behind my little chicken, my little chick. I didn't do that on my first one, but we'll see if we like that. Then I'm going to just put adhesive on the back here. Grab my baker's twine, which who knows where it is. Here it is. And we'll make a bow, put on the back of this. Are you guys in a part of the country where you're getting this extreme heat? We are just getting so much heat, and we're supposed to have new landscaping put in. This week, I'm just like, I think I'll be outside doing a lot of watering over the next few days. Okay, let's cut this. I just made a simple little bow out of this linen thread. And then I'm going to just kind of angle this bow. I want to see, how can I do this? I always look at my cards and then go, how exactly did I do that? Like that. So that's how it looks from the back. And then this is how it looks from the front. And then we're just going to sneak this in like this. And I'm going to cut that a little bit more. I don't want that hanging off quite so far. Let's just go. As I said, this is a putsy card, but it's not a hard card. So if you're just starting stamping, you can certainly make this. But if you don't want to do all these steps, you just do those basic first ones that I showed you, and you'll be good to go. You don't have to do all this fancy schmancy stuff. Whoops. I didn't realize I forgot to put dimensionals on the back of this, so let's do that. And for this one, I'm going to use some strips that I cut. This is I'm at the end of this sheet, but wait a minute. Yeah, okay. I was trying to make sure I knew what end was going to be tucked in. Okay, so we've got this. But just leave off all these extra steps and just do something easy and lighthearted that you just, well, this is lighthearted. And it is easy. It's just more steps than you might want to do if you're just starting. Okay, so we get this guy here. And now, I think our tractor's going to fit on pretty good there. What we want to do before we do that is, I did die cut, but where are they? Okay, so I did go ahead and die cut these cute little, I don't know what part of this you call this, the wheel well, no, not wheel well, the you know, on a car it would be like where the hubcap is, and on a tractor, I don't know. Even though I live in the heartland with, you know, where there's farming everywhere, I'm a city girl. I grew up in Denver. I don't know about tractor parts, what they're called. So those of you that know, what is this? Is this something, is there a name for this inner part of the tractor wheel? Let me know in the comments. And for this, I thought, well, as long as we're doing a purple tractor, let's just glitter this up. So this is the 2026 in color glimmer paper. I'm trying not to get too much glue on this because then we have a fight with the glue, which we don't want. We want to get along with the glue. Okay, so then we're going to stick this down. I'm not looking at your comments, but I will. I will look at your comments. I'm sorry I'm missing them. Maybe we'll let that dry for a second and I'll check your comments. Whoops. Real quick. Oh, come on, Joey. Okay, there we go. Like so. And there's our cute little tractor. I'm going to let this sit for a moment. I'm going to check your comments and say hello. So if you weren't aware yet, I'm sure you are by now, that I am on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Oh, Debbie, thanks for sharing. You're so sweet to always share. Hi, Kathy. And that technique is way cool. You like the technique with the heat shrinking, Diane? I hope you'll try it. Any of you that try it, let me know and tag me. Or even you can always even post a photo on my page. And okay, so how we're going to do this is let's grab our background here. And let's go ahead and we can finish the front of our card, but we still have the inside to do to make the easel. So we'll do that next. Now for this guy, let's go ahead and just get this guy on our card so we don't have to keep putzing. The only reason those mini glue dots are there is because I didn't want to lose my wheels. So I put them on a strip of glue dots just so it would be a bigger thing to grab onto when I reached in my envelope, but I don't think I would do that again because it's kind of messing me up getting all these bits put on. Okay, so now we're going to just get our little tractor on our little label and bring that down a little bit because I want the paper to show, but we also want all this stuff to show too. So there's that. I've got some gems to put on this, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Now, here's a tip I want to share with you. If you do this card like I did it, as in that you have a embossed piece on the background, this wants to pop up. So what I did is I took these mini dimensionals so I could get it right on the cardstock rather than the iridescent bag. Does that make sense? And I put 3 little ones. Now we have strips. We have long strips. Do I have them here? Yeah. So I have them here. You can also buy these, which actually will be perfect for this. So why don't we go ahead and use them for this. And then you can use one long strip. Well, of course, it doesn't want to come up. Let's grab this guy. I don't want it longer than my label, our main image. We don't want it to show. But these are another possibility for something like this. These are really for shaker cards. They work really well for shaker cards, but they're nice for projects like this as well. Okay, so now did I take those backings off? No. And I probably should have used either all mini glue dots or all of this strip of adhesive because they're a little bit different height, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, like so. And that's crooked, so lift it up. That's better. Okay, there we go. We'll put the gems on last, but let's go ahead and do the inside of our card. So now I'm going to grab a piece of white that's 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to stamp some plants. Now I'm not calling this corn, my friends, because it's going to be purple. Although there is purple corn, now that I think of it, but we're not using green leaves. So any of my brothers-in-law that farm, they would see brown stalks and go, oh my gosh, my crop is ruined. So these, these are girl plants. So we're going to call them flowers instead of corn. Just saying. Okay, and then we're going to stamp this cute little, sorry I was out of the picture, it's cute little, which are really corn stalks, but we're not calling it that. We're calling it flower stems. And then we're going to grab our Petunia Pop again and our cute little corn. But they're not corn, they're flowers today. And these are super simple to stamp too. They all line up super easy. And isn't pecan pie and Petunia Pop pretty together? I think it's, I don't know if the color comes through as well in video as it does in person, but it's a really pretty color combination. Okay, now we have to have something to hold our easel, to hold our card up. So we're going to make that part right now. I'm going to grab my greeting, which is thinking of you. Let's see. I don't want crumb cake. Do I want purple? What did I do? On my original, I did pecan pie, so we'll get that out. And then we can go ahead and put this in our card. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what, kids? I did this wrong. Oh, yikes. Okay, this should be only 4 by 4. I did my old measurements for most of our cards. The inside is always 4, well, mine are always 4 by 5.5, but this actually should be 4 inches. So this will be 4 by 4. That's because we put that easel in, or not the easel in there, but the book binding fold in it. And so we need this to be 4 by 4. There we go. Now we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and put this in like so. Am I doing that right? Yeah, that's right. And then this guy is going to go here to hold up our card like this. So let's go ahead and get a greeting on here. Let's go with thinking of you. Tap, tap, tap when you're inking with a foam ink pad. And all of our colors, our family of colors, are foam ink pads, not felt. Memento Black is felt, so it's not soft and squishy like this one. Thinking of you. So that one, you can tap down a little bit harder and stronger, but for your colors of your card, what am I trying to say? So for your regular ink pads, they're all a foam base, and you want to just tap your stamps, especially when they're photopolymer. Okay, let's go ahead and open this up, and we're going to get this guy down here. For this, now for this, I guess I'm showing you all kinds of different adhesives today. We also sell these. They're foam adhesive sheets, and they're just, instead of all the dimensional shapes cut up, they're just all foam. So there's no, they're not cut up like the ones that we usually use. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut a piece that's going to fit on here. Probably doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe a little bit longer. And then let's go ahead and do this. Now remember, if you joined late, I'm sending a PDF tutorial for this card to all of my newsletter list on Sunday. So that'll go out on Sunday. I've already got the tutorial all done, which I showed earlier. But if you just came on, then you just make sure that you're on my email list. Let's go ahead and put this right above our purple flowers. And then, oh, gems. We don't have gems yet, but we're just about done. Okay, I hope you will try this. Let's get some gems on. Now, some of you are going to be surprised because you know that when I can get sparkle on a card, I don't think there's any way to get too much sparkle. But I kind of thought this particular card looked nice with these neutral dots. Now, these are called neutral matte dots. That's the name. They are low inventory, my friends. So you need to you need to make sure you get them in your cart when you're getting in your $75 order so you can get free shipping. I'm just going to put these guys, I want them to show though, so I'm going to put them, there's 4 colors, but there's 2 sizes, so medium and small, I guess you'd say. I think I'll do, let's get in a picture, Joey. A medium and a small, make sure this is pressed down. And then maybe up here, we don't need too much bling on this. But you know what we do need? We need to put them on our tractor wheels. So let's put a big one here. Fill in that white space, and then a small one here. And I do like the way this coordinates with the paper, that beautiful paper that we used, like so, like there. And there, my friends, you have it. What do you think of this card? Would you make this card? Or even if you wouldn't make this card, would you make this fun fold? Would you give that a try? I hope you will. And I hope that it just makes card making a little bit extra fun. Makes it fun for your people that you're sending your cards to, your friends and family. Here's our 2 cards for today. So here's one. This is the one that has the sunflower embossing folder used on the white piece that we put in. This one does not use it, the sunflower embossing folder. So you can see there is quite a bit more texture there. Just be prepared to spend more time heat sealing it so that your little iridescent bag sticks to your cardstock since it's bumpier. I guess I prefer the way this one looks, but this one is a little bit more time efficient, like this one. And I think it's super cute. So I'm going to read your comments and see if I missed anything. It doesn't look like comments are updating, so I hope I'm still live everywhere. And I don't want to click refresh because I'm afraid I'll lose you. Oh, Julie, there she goes. So I'm seeing some comments come in. Julie says it's super cute. Definitely going to try the fun fold. That's awesome, Julie. I'm happy. Okay, let me bring you up here today. So thanks again so much for being with me today. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I hope you'll also subscribe to my newsletter because I share all my events there, and I also share free tutorials very often, almost weekly. I would say weekly, but once in a while I don't have one every week, but I'd say it's 7 out of 8 weeks there's a free tutorial, and actually more than one because I send the one from the week before too. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I'd love for you to share the video too, and if you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and click the notification bell so you can make sure you get noticed the next time I go live. So take care, everybody. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.